Are you still playing this thing?
What a stupid mission. Yeah, I mean...
Shut up, old man. You smell like farts.
Okay. It's no surprise that electronics are going up in price. I mean, we all know the reason why. we don't need to discuss it. Everybody knows the reason why. Thank you, Plain Azzy, for the 301 bits, the 188 bits, and the 444 bits. Oh, I got another kitty. Hi, Chi. Okay, right to click in the butthole. All right, great. And Ellie, thank you for 93 months of subbing. Thank you. But yeah, yeah, I saw that as well. It's. I'm glad I was able to replace my busted PS5 before then, because it was already a hefty hit as it was. That would have just made it worse, you know. So yeah. Aw. But hi, hello, welcome in. Day 64. I mean, sure, yeah, PS5s have been selling like crazy ever since they released, to the point where they were sold out because of parts issues and all that kind of stuff. I think they're up to about 90 million units sold, which makes it one of their more successful consoles. Actually, that's not true, because pretty much all of the PlayStation consoles have been successful, with the PS3 being the least successful, but it's bypassed that. I think PS3 ended up selling like 77 million or something like that. And they're up to about 80 or 90 at this point for the PS5. But all of the PlayStation hardware has been wildly successful, so it's really hard to compete with that. But PS4s were ended up at about 120, and I think PS2s were 160, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they're doing good. Xbox is struggling. Switch 2s are doing well as well, if I heard, as far as I've heard last. But yeah. Yeah, I had a PS5. I had a launch PS5 as well, but it like randomly started just overheating. It would just like it works, and I could definitely play some lesser wild games on it, no problem. But like, I'm streaming. I can't just like cross my fingers and hope that this next game I play is not gonna have a problem, you know. So I had to replace it, and thankfully I was able to get a Pro. Just a little bit more, but you know, still, I didn't want to spend that money. The good thing about like being a streamer is that I don't pay taxes when I get income, right? I pay taxes all at once, so I save constantly. I'm very frugal with my earnings because I have to pay taxes all at once at the end of the year, which is this time of the year, by the way, in case you're wondering. I hate this time of year. So, you know, because I have something saved when something bad happens like that, I can do something and hope when tax season comes back around, I'm not in the dumpsters or whatever. So that's like the one benefit of this livelihood. But I don't get paid vacation. I don't get insurance. I don't get sick leave. I don't get anything. So it comes with plenty of other significant drawbacks. But yeah, PS3 was the least successful and it still did pretty well. But the PS5's still doing well. Even though the price increase is coming in, it'll probably still keep selling decently. But yeah. I mean, we've said it many times that the Fiesta basically like it covers our like living expenses for a long time. It is a big part of how we're able to keep streaming. Without it, I don't know if I would be able to continue streaming. You know, it's a huge part of it. So we're always eternally grateful for the love that y'all showed during the Fiestas. Because, like I said, without it, boy, it's a different story. I don't see why not. I think I just got unlucky, honestly. I mean, I take really good care of my hardware. It's all nice and has space to it, and you know, it's clean and I don't bang it around. I don't smoke. You know, the worst I get is that I live in a dusty environment and like desert. I live in the desert and I have cats. And even then, that's not really, you know, yeah. You ever register a business to get income? So if you register as a business to get income? No. I don't. I'm not a business. I don't provide goods and services. I'm contracted by Twitch to to continue to keep streaming, essentially. Well, it's not really that. It's not even that. It's more like I'm contracted with Twitch, which encourages me to want to keep streaming as they provide me with a means of monetizing my stream, if that makes sense. So basically, the partner program well, back in the day, the way the partner program worked is that allowed you to get subscriptions. Bits weren't a thing. So basically being a partner, and this was like way back in the day when I got partner, it was only just subs. So any other streamer didn't have subscriptions, bits weren't a thing, and only partners could get subs. So the contracting was basically saying, hey, we're gonna enable monetization on your channel. Hopefully this will encourage you to keep streaming. And as long as you maintain this viewer count, then it won't go away. And every year they reassess the contract, and now it just is automatic, it doesn't matter. But anyway, then they enabled bits, and then bits were for partners only. And then they basically made everything for everybody, no matter what, because affiliate, it doesn't really have any requirements all that much. Basically, affiliate is, are you going to keep streaming? Okay, here you go, here's affiliate, which is fine. But anyway, and that doesn't bother me, by the way, that non-partners have access to that. I'm happy for affiliates to be able to monetize their channels. I think that's very important. But anyway, that contract means a lot less now. So, but I'm not really providing a good or service. I'm just streaming and you all are donating. It's all considered donations as far as like taxes are concerned. So I'm self-employed, but I'm not a business. You can register yourself as a business, and a lot of really big streamers do, because it's like your brand. It's like your professional identity, and that allows you to create a lot more, you know, mark and merchandise, you know, and what do you call it, like partnerships and what do they call them when you advertise a business thing? I've never done that. Not a collaboration, but whatever. Anyway, I don't do that. I stream, I provide that service for free, and if you want to support the stream so that I can keep doing it, then that makes me very happy, because then I can keep doing it. But that's it. Subs, bits, and direct donations are pretty much everything. So I don't have any kind of like merchandise. I don't have like businesses that pay me to advertise their brand or whatever. I don't have any of that. Sponsorships, that's the one. Yeah, I don't have any of those. Ideally, I never do. I don't want sponsorships. I really, like, if I believe in a product, I don't mind advertising it. And if I can get paid to do that, great. I'm fine with that. My moral integrity remains intact. But I'm not going to shill for a company just because they want to give me a bunch of money. And even then, I don't have the viewership to really make that worth my soul anyway. So until I get into the 20, 30,000 average viewer count, I think we're good there, you know? So I'm not worried about that part. But yeah, what I do is essentially a gamble, because I really am banking on all of you to be supportive of the channel repeatedly. And, well, 10 years later, we're still here, so I guess, you know, I'm thankful for that. But anyway, yeah, PS5s are going up. Switches and Switch 2s will probably follow suit pretty soon, and we all know the reason why, but they're still doing fine, you know? They're still doing fine. Well, what I'd do if I were not a streamer? Well, I was working towards a economics degree, but that was a long time ago, so I don't think that's really what I'd want to do anymore, but don't know. Not really sure. A lot of what I've wanted over the years has changed, and a lot of what's available is no longer available. And so what I want out of a professional career at this point, at 43, really hard to say, because I should be like, it's like I should have been, you know, high up in the career by now, with plans for retirement. You know what I mean? So, not quite there. Don't really have any idea of what I would do if I couldn't stream. which is kind of scary because I know streaming can't last forever. So it's something that I've actually looked into and thought about, and I've looked into a few things, and I'm debating about having some kind of side gig, not just to financially support my life, because, you know, things are tough, but also just as something to fall back on in case streaming falls through at some point. So it's basically up in the air. I don't know. The Switch 2 is kind of a weird platform where they just didn't have enough on release to make it a really attractive system, yet at the same time, I'm really happy with it. I don't know. Yeah, it's just another reason why I'm very, very grateful for the support this channel gets, because really, truly, without it, it's bad for me. So yes, extremely thankful, always grateful, and I will always do what I can to make sure that I, you know, continue to provide what y'all want, and also make myself happy doing it, because I'm not gonna, like, you know, I'm not gonna cut off my fingertip for views or any other kind of self-deprecating thing. I like to have fun, and, you know, hopefully you guys are too. Yeah, the Switch 2 library is by and large essentially what the Switch 1 library is, but enhanced at this point. I think they banked on Mario Kart World kind of doing a lot of heavy lifting, with Mario Kart 8 being their best-selling game of all time ever, forever and ever and ever and ever, aside from Pokemon. And even then, it's like no single Pokemon game does that. It's just Mario Kart 8. But it's not like it's doing poorly. The Switch 2 is breaking records, so it's fine as well. I don't think, I mean, look, if you got the cash to spend, Suko, and you want to buy two Switch 2 so you can trade between Fire Red and Leaf Green, by all means. But there's a much cheaper route to just, like, get a GBA and the carts and then transfer your Pokemon up from there, up until you get into the modern era, which you can do. You can transfer everything up through the eras of Pokemon games. It's a little bit time consuming, but you absolutely can do it. And it'll save you $600. I think so too, Jazzy. I'm waiting for the Xenoblades to join the fray. I know they did some work with Xenoblade 3, but I want Xenoblade 1 and 2 to have that upscaled, improved frame rate stuff as well. Xenoblade Chronicles X update, supposedly, there's some hot debate about it. They said, some people are saying it's not good, some people are saying it's fine. Most of the complaints I'm seeing are like, if in handheld mode and during game motion, like heavy motion, then it looks weird, and it's just like, if it's heavy motion, you're not really seeing a whole lot anyway. Like, it's heavy motion on handheld, of course it's gonna have some like weird blurring issues and stuff. Like, that's normal? So I don't know. I feel like the complaints of that are a little unjustified, but I already 100% Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. I don't care to play anymore. Smash Ultimate is my favorite simply because it has Pyra and Mithra, but I barely have played it, to be perfectly honest. I'm just memeing. I played Melee a whole load. I just don't want people to play Ultimate with. And it's not something I really care about getting super good with anymore. I don't know, maybe I'll pick it back up again, but yeah, I did enjoy playing as Pyra and Mithra. Well, it really depends on what your goal is. Somebody sent me some Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering cards. It was awesome, and we opened them up on stream, and I didn't care what the value of those cards were. I just wanted to see the arts and maybe make some decks out of it and play with my wife and stuff, which we have. So I wasn't trying to resell them, you know? Of course, they were gifted anyway. Anyway, Final Fantasy X2 100% journey continues. We're still in Chapter 1, very early into the game. We're about 20% of the way into the 100%ing, and it feels a little weird, but I'm going to be, the first thing I'm going to be doing today, is the PR stuff, because from what I like, the guides that I was using, they were not like, there's nothing in the guide that says stop, go do PR stuff. So I have to like use a separate guide and go and do all this PR stuff because it is required. So I have a PR guide that will help me along the way. Public relations or whatever for a company. We gotta sell our souls to our corporate overlords. We have to be a shill for big corpos. I wonder if they thought that this was like a way to indoctrinate kids into having corporate what do you call it, like commitments, you know? Like if we do a pro corporation thing, they'll love us more or something. I doubt it, but it just feels like such a weird side quest thing. I did look into the marriage proposal thing, and that is indeed completely and utterly pointless. I don't need to worry about it. I don't even need to start the mission. What it does give you is an auto haste accessory if you finish it, which, like, I don't care. I'm going to be so overpowered for everything, it won't matter. All right, who do we got? We got Vilacor, Playinastic. Hello, what's up, Mecha? Kamada Zero, what's up, Pikachu? Dracodile, Berserk Now. Grimnola, Tyler Bake. What's up, Ellie? Thank you for 93 months. I may have said that already, though. That's okay. Vilacor, Jazzy. Pipasine. What's up, No Name? What's up, JRPG Dragon, hello. Lone Fellow, what's up? Who else we got? Mike, what's going on? North Rex, hello. What's up, Suko? Kamada Zero. Lurkers, Berserk Now. Anyone I might have missed, and hello again. We are totally finished with the Final Fantasy Fiesta, except for our final bonus stretch goal incentive, which was unlocked just a few days ago to do a vote between Final Fantasy X2 100% or Lightning Returns Platinum Trophy, which you guys have decidedly voted for X2 Hundo, which is a stressful completion, by the way. Thanks for voting for that. But either way, it's going to take us some time and it's going to take some effort. So we have some things to do. So yeah, before we go to Xanarkand, actually, Jose Moonflow. Okay. You know what? Hold on. Huh? This is very confusing. I'm wondering if I should start the marriage proposal quest just because, but yeah. Okay. I don't know what Strixhaven is, but that's cool. They're really going ham on the magic stuff, aren't they? Yeah. It does say that I have to go back to Kilika later in the regular guide. So that makes me worried. Because it's like, it wants me to go to Xanarkand, and then it wants me to go back to Kilika, and then that ends the chapter. Let's see what we have to do to start this, and then I'll try to avoid doing that. Okay, it's just Enter the Woods of Kilika to start the mission. Okay, we can just avoid doing that for the PR stuff. All right, let's go in and do PR stuff then. It does mean that I'll basically have to run through. Oh, good, I'm at 21%. I thought it was only at 20%. Woo! Because I was looking at the guide, the other one, and it said you should be at 21.6% completed after Poseid, which is right before Xanarkin. So, yeah, we're good. Yeah, I mean, I always played Magic because I wanted to play Magic, not because I wanted to resell it. YRP in position. Jimmy Jam, thank you for 79 months. Thank you. All right, let's go. So this does mean that I'm basically going to be running through all the places that we already ran through in order to do PR stuff, but the guide was not forthright on having me go to Calmlands first to start the PR stuff and then telling me to talk to people. So we're just gonna run through the gambit all the way from the top bottom to do the PR stuff. Yep. It's essentially just running through every area again, talking to NPCs. Oh, this one takes me right to Poseid at least. In FF10, it takes you all the way to the dock. So you have to run through the dungeon area, essentially. All right, it says right here. Why does it say second and third? Oh, second option for the marriage points. Okay. Oh, wait, no. Oh. I think I choose the second option, and then I talk to him again, and then I choose the third option. Maybe not. Oh, in the first tent on the right, not in front of the first tent on the right. The run and gun minigame, we only have to do it. We don't have to actually 100% it or anything. The lady walking her dog, this one. Boy and girl running around Faith area? I'm guessing they mean, oh, temple area. I think I have to get them before they run in, or the boy will just be in here after this point. All right, there's a total of 30 PR points. What's up, Titus? I hate doing this because first off, it's like this constant, you know, looking back and forth to the guide, but I just don't like playing games with guides, you know? Like I want simple stuff, just like, oh, how do I unlock this ultra complex super area or whatever? Okay, cool, I gotta, you know, jump twice when the crow caws during a waning crescent moon, you know, fine. There was no way I'd ever figure that out. Okay, done. And then I go and do it on my own. But this is like every step of the way it has to hold my hand. And if I don't, yeah. Boiling, gaining, groin. Oh. Okay, so at this point I just don't go through the gate. Oh wait, I don't think I can because I have to do Xanarkin first. So I think it's fine anyway. We have a guy standing with a lady. Right here. Guy in blue with yellow sleeve directly east of save point. Guy in blue with yellow sleeves? What's up? Or which one? That's fine. Thank you. In blue with yellow sleeves directly east of save point. Safe. It says save point, but I think it means save point. I'm sure she'll see it in chat herself and say hi back. Ah, wow. It'd be better if they said on the other side of the water, but yeah, that's fine. After getting the above PR points, take the ferry ride to the next area. Boat on your left. Choose option 1. I don't even know you could do that. I mean, it takes 2 seconds to walk there. Lady with a guy standing under the stairs of a bridge. I think the third, I think when they show that there's 2 choices, I think one is the marriage thing. Yeah, I think it's the marriage thing. I don't need to worry about that because it's saying there was only one option for the marriage proposal thing and there's only one choice, which means, yeah. Okay. Over the bridge under the left path. Guy standing outside of a hut just southeast of hut. Next to Donna's hut. This guy? Some slight descriptors should be in order for every NPC. Green shirt guy standing near exit to the previous area. Blue shirt guy walking around. Oh, that's him right there. Cool. There's Kalika. Oh. You're welcome. That was pretty loud. Didn't expect it to be that loud. Well, now every time you listen to this track, you just hear me burping to the melody of it. You're welcome. I've enhanced it for you. Luca. Well, I didn't expect it was going to be so loud, to be honest. I usually don't burp that loud. Must just be right into the mic there. Ladies sitting alone on the bench in the area. Lady sitting with a guy on the next bench. Go down the stairs. Boy standing southeast of the central monument. The fact that you gotta do this Argent pitch and you have to choose the right answers in order to get enough points. So stupid. So stupid. So stupid. Boy standing southeast of the central monument. Guy in brown sitting on a bench. That's not a guy. Go down the center path, the next area, then exit left to the Blitzball Stadium area. I would say probably half and half. Half a lot of really dumb, irrelevant, arbitrary garbage, and then half like actual dungeons and combat. At least with monster collecting, it's very clear and concise what you need to do. Go collect monsters. Final hit them with a capture weapon. The end. Right? This is arbitrary guessing while guessing about guessing what you're guessing. You know? Sure, it's easy, but like you're gonna get it wrong. You have to like essentially guess every time. Oh, I agree, Ellie. I agree. Like she couldn't just run. She has to be like, you know. Guy wearing all green with a green bandana randomly walking in from the left. Guy wearing all green with a green bandana walking around from the left, right, top, left, and top right exits. Just walk around and wait for him to pop up. Oh. All green with a green bandana. What exits? Oh, Blitzball Stadium area, not the Blitzball Theater, or the Sphere Theater or whatever. Yeah, but they're not the same kind of side quest. The Monster Arena unlocks the most powerful things in the entire game that you can do. This is something that you do the entire game. Of course it's gonna be started differently. No, come here. On the stairs from the above PR point area and exit left to the dock area and go all the way up to the next area. I mean, the combat and everything is still going to be a huge chunk of it. Like, don't you know, part of the Fiesta is not just like, you know, reading comprehension on some guide or whatever. That's part of it. Like, everything that we do, it's all part of it. Everything that we do for any game, for any reason, any kind of distractions we get in our life, how much we use the bathroom, it's all part of the race. It's all part of it. You know, just like if I beat 7 by 5 minutes, but he went to the bathroom 2 more times, it doesn't mean anything. You know, it's irrelevant. It's just all part of it. It's all part of the big 400-hour plus human experience of going through several games. So it doesn't matter what we're doing. It's not necessarily about how much faster we do the combat. It's about how much we execute all of the aspects of the game, you know? And the guides aren't telling us how to play the game. They're just telling us how to do this arbitrary 100% thing. Later will appear from the right exit on the screen. Oh, I probably have to resume. Rezone. What Final Fantasy had the best mini games? Rebirth. If we're counting like anything. Like, I would consider the remake Rebirth games main Final Fantasies, just because of the amount of effort and like polish and everything. Like the budget of those games definitely puts them in the main Final Fantasy category easily. But yeah, Rebirth easily, it's not even close. Remake and the Yuffie DLC do have some decent mini games, but Rebirth has a ton of mini games and they're all really, really, really well done. I enjoyed almost every single one of the mini games from Rebirth to the point of completion. The Chocobo racing was unfairly good. Like, how dare they? Honestly? How dare they make a better racing game as a mini game than most racing games out there? And then Queen's Blood? I mean, come on, man. No contest. Rebirth, easily. Honestly, most other Final Fantasy games don't really have a whole lot of excellent mini games. Triple Triad is solid. Blitzball and Tetramaster are kind of not super great. And you know, you get like Chocobo Dodge, which is also not that great. And by that time, mini games kind of start to disappear a little bit in Final Fantasy. 12 and 13 and 15 basically have none. 16 doesn't really have any. And so you don't really get the mini games again until Remake, and then and much greater quantity in Rebirth. Well, it depends on which Fort Condor, Mecha. If you're talking about the Yuffie DLC Fort Condor, it's very good. If you're talking about the Rebirth Fort Condor, it's still solid, but it's not as good. Oh man, we're gonna have to do the Mian High Road. Oh my god, okay, well, we're gonna have to fight 1 billion encounters going down the Mian High Road. Honestly, it's probably better just to go back to Luca. Wait, no, they said they based it off of going down to the safe spheres, so. Unless this just starts me at the start of it anyway, like I expect it to. Yep, it's hilariously 2 steps away from where you get dropped. Like, if I were to go to Luca, I get dropped right here. So the Mian High Road taking you to the start of the Mian High Road is, look at that, pointless. This is essentially the same drop. That's fine, Mecha. I'm just asking you a question, which one you're referring to. I thought Fort Condor minigame both were very good. I loved the one in the Yuffie DLC especially. Excellent. Two ladies standing behind a statue. Alright, so we're just gonna have to go down the Mian High Road and fight a whole bunch. At least we're a lot stronger for these enemies, and I got Trigger Happy level 3 now, so... Yeah, that fight took me like 5 minutes before, so... I guess I was level 4 when I first fought them. But yeah, you're not required to like anything. Somebody asked me a question, I answered it. Honestly, if I find a minigame or something that I don't like, I have the same mindset. I'd rather just not play it because I feel disrespected by poorly designed minigames that waste my time. And to be honest, most video games out there, especially from the late 90s, early 2000s, have pretty poorly designed minigames in them. Lady in blue. Farther down the road before heading to the next area, head right into any area. The guy's standing there. I don't know what they mean by any area. I think they just mean like a little outcropping. I mean, that's actually my complaint about Blinded by Light. I love Blinded by Light. It's one of my favorites. But man, the build-up is just... It's literally 1 minute long. Most battles don't really take that long, you know? I'm guessing you don't like Triple Triad? Because Triple Triad is an excellent main game minigame. Honestly, aside from Remake Rebirth, the game with the best minigames is probably Final Fantasy VII. Because the minigames are short, sweet, and simple, and pretty easy to manage. And there's some, like, you know, there's some high-level stuff you can still do with a lot of them. Aside from Triple Triad, and that's bogged down by a lot of the arbitrary rules, there's not really a whole lot of excellent minigames. I would say, generally speaking, Final Fantasy games still have better minigames than most other games. But yeah, there's some definite issues with some of the Final Fantasy minigames. Yeah, so the way the Rebirth handles the Fort Condor minigame, and I know they wanted it to just be different so it's not the same thing, and I get that, is it's more of like, here's a preset build with some small options, now figure out the puzzle, as opposed to, here's your opponent and here's your deck, build something to win, you know? Which is obviously a little bit different, right? So that's kind of the difference between the two styles of Fort Condor, and why I like the Yuffie DLC one more.
We've got bigger fish to fry.
I absolutely love Queen's Blood. It never trips over its own shoelaces, it never stumbles, it never falters. It's just good and really, really, really deeply engrossing and strategic all the way through the game. Triple Triad, as the base of it, is very, very good, but it's a little overly simple, and then all the rules just kind of fart all over it, you know? Unfortunately. As much as I love base Triple Triad. all the way east to the third area. Really? Just all the way east to the third area. Oh, FF15, that's right. There is a fishing minigame in 15. That's a good one. I'm not surprised. That would just be really kind of eh. I don't know why anybody would want to... Like, what's the point of Triple Triad without the rewards that you get from it? I mean, it's neat, but like, when you have FF8 to play Triple Triad and get rewards in, there's no reason to just play it by itself. But there is a Triple Triad app, so there is that. Thank you. Okay, so all the way east to the... we skip the second area entirely and just go to the third area. And then there's that Albed transportation machine lady. A theater rhythm game. I don't know. I like, look, I'm thinking about it as a Final Fantasy super fan. I'm always interested in whatever new Final Fantasy content there is, and I'm looking at that and I'm just going, eh. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Maybe others might be more interested in it, but that doesn't seem to really appeal to me personally. Oops. You know, I've noticed that so many times, and I never really thought anything about it. Because her bikini top is yellow, which is very close to her skin tone, and then the low resolution makes the very thin strap not very visible. And I was like, you should kind of look topless, and then that's it. Really thought about it beyond that. Mary wants you into the third area, her. Crystal Defenders? What is Crystal Defenders? Never heard of Crystal Defenders.
Go Wings, take the goal!
Oh, I never set Pain to the next learning thingy. Oh yeah, I'm just learning all these breaks. Let's go for delay attack now, actually. FF Tower Defense game on PSP and PS3. Never heard of it. I'm kind of curious now. Huh. Alright, I'll take a peek at it. It looks very... interesting. Farther down the road before heading to the next area, keep right. You should see a guy standing there. This is a lot harder to keep track of with all the battles. Yeah, I was gonna say FF Tactics Advance. I want to see... Oh my god, the charge time on Assault is stupid. What? But it gives everybody Shell, Haste... Shell, Protect, Haste, and Berserk. So it just makes you very tanky and destructive. And well, as you saw, everything died immediately after. But the charge time on it is very high, which kind of eliminates the viability of it being useful for, like, cleaning up battles really quickly. If it was more insta-cast, I'd be about it a little bit more. I guess at this point it's just kind of like learn whatever. It doesn't really matter. Nothing in here, anything that I really care about getting specifically. Okay, we're good now. Yeah, I hate it. It really bugs me.
Nice work!
Every battle.
I'm gonna whack you good! Go Wings, take the
Well, it's
goal!
not through gear. It's basically just a job system. It's more FF Tactics. But yeah, it's a job system. Anybody can be any job except for a couple of unique jobs. And you choose what you learn, not through gear, but through the job itself.
Right behind you!
Not seeing a guy. Yes, that's basically exactly how it is, Titus. You need to be careful about what you start Trigger Happy on, which is silly. It could have easily allowed you to insta-switch to the next target, and they made it not that way. Rin's Travel Agency. I imagine it's just better to play the PS2 version in general, just because, not even just because of that, just because probably just feels a lot smoother of an experience, but I've never played the HD, so I can't really say. Yeah, I've heard the monster thing is really dumb. But I've also heard that some of the monsters are really OP. Basically, you can train monsters to be companions in battle. So instead of leveling up your party members and all their jobs, you just get a monster and they're strong right out of the box. Guys sitting near the cliff overlooking the Meehan Bridge. Go into the agency. Guy and a lady seated in the lower left-hand side. Lady 2, guy 3. Exit agency. Lady in yellow on the bridge. Lady in red, I mean yellow. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that I've heard it's annoying. I also don't like monsters as party member games. It's one of the things that kind of bugs me about SMT. Don't really care about that mechanic. Because it usually means like every new step of the way you have to replace your entire party and figure out your new build instead of just like being able to choose your build, you know, and build off of that.
Duck soup.
Duck what?
Duck soup. Out of nowhere. Duck soup. That's a very, very, very interesting reference, by the way. I mean, if you were to reference that, it's very, very rare. Like, very interesting. Like, no one would get that if I were to be like, duck soup! You know what I mean?
Dr. P is in the house.
Stop that.
Waff is monsters in the party, yeah. Although, with Waff, it's more like Pokemon, where every monster is pretty viable for the most part, and you just grow and increase them over time. So that's different than like SMT, where early tier monsters are complete garbage. When you get to the next tier, don't waste your time, you know. Yep, it's part of the reason I don't particularly care for 13-2, actually. Because it's that way in 13-2, where the early tier monsters are doo-doo later on. But like the worst part about it is like a couple of the early monsters are actually pretty OP all the way through the game, but you'll never know which ones those are unless you read guides or sit there and frickin' live the entire game for the next 5 years. But yeah, some people really like that kind of thing. They like the idea of getting a new party monster as their party member and sitting there grinding them out to match the previous power or greater of the old monster before moving on. But I hate the fact that I have to essentially grind up the new monster to make them viable with my previous party's build. And if I don't do it, then I'm going to be screwed on my output and suffer. And I hate that. I just want to move forward. If I want to move forward with the story, I should be able to move forward with the story, not have to like sit there and guess whether or not my new team that I'm required to take is going to be viable for it. You know what I mean? That makes sense. Some people just really like grinding and things that encourage the grinding. And I think a game should never expect you to grind in order to progress. Yep, Waffus, like, it's funny because, like I said, I don't particularly care for monsters as party member, the mechanic, but it's like, it's not really that way with Pokemon and Waff. They're more like a lot of different party members that have their own builds and like structures and output that are still all endgame viable, you know, for the most part. So yeah, like that's not the same thing. Oh boy, standing at the gate leading to Mushroom Road. Wow. Cool. So we go all the way down just so we can leave that. There's a whole bunch of NPCs there. Nope, none of them. Thankfully, I'll only have to do this backtracking for the first chapter since I'm in the PR game now. It'll as I go to different areas, I'll just be able to do this as I go, but it will be slightly annoying. Lady staying in the area with a machina on her. To her for okay, so over here. Go past the lady above and exit to the next. The lady above. I think they mean past the lady, and I think above they mean in the line above on the guide, like discussed in the above line kind of thing. I think the person that wrote this guide does not have English as their first language, and so I'm kind of having to read it through that lens.
That's it?
So we have to go all the way to do the entire Man High Road. How ridiculous. Only in X2. Actually, a lot of these like side sequel type games make you do ridiculous amounts of stuff for the most minimal gains, because the game basically is 90% side content, 10% actual main story, and if you don't do the side content, then you're going to struggle.
Nice work!
Down, down, down. Because the default jobs are actually really good. Thief can actually be one of the strongest jobs in the game. And Gunner, when I get Catnip, will be very good. And none of the other jobs have gotten anything on there that I really care about utilizing right now. I will level them up eventually. But as it stands right now, I don't need, I want to level up Gunner. I want to max out Gunner eventually. Like, and I want to max out, I don't really want to max out Thief or Warrior. I'm just waiting for something better to come along, to be honest. But 3 maxed out Thieves can do some great stuff with the right accessories. So that's why Riku's doing the Thief thing. So I'll probably do Thief with Pain.
Let's do it!
Afterwards. Plus, it's a lot faster to just melee everything down right now.
That's it?
Because with a Black Mage, I have to contend with Elemental Affinity, and that might vary from enemy to enemy. And then it goes slower. Although I will say, Black Mage is crazy good in the right circumstances, and it'll probably be one of the next things that I level up, because you can get like, you can go Black Mage, and then with the right grid, you just get like Firaga like right off the bat, and you're just like, oh, here's 3,000 damage, you know? But as it stands right now, none of these Chapter 1 bosses are really worth like worrying about the struggle. So basically, when Thief or whatever gets maxed, the next job is Black Mage, and then using a Garment Grid that has like, oh look, Firaga if I do the thing, you know, Blizzaga, Thundaga, like I already have the Gauze. Oh. Wow, oh okay, that's still good though. It just means I have to pass through red just to get protect? That's crazy good. But yeah, equipping this gives you cure, and then passing through them gives you Curago. That actually reminds me I want to change the garment grid on. Well, I'll keep the garment grid on pain. Dark Knight is very good. Yeah, when I get Dark Knight, I'll be utilizing that. But Dark Knight is not until it's like right before you fight like Dark Bahamut or whatever it was. I think it's like chapter 3. Thank you, donating for the 100 bids. It's right before Sardines. Yeah, exactly. Now we get to pray at the temple in Jose! Alright, so that was me and High Road. Now it's De Jose. Lady just beside the safe sphere. Albed lady outside shop. Guy talking with an elderly guy left of temple. Go down to the central path in the next area. Albed lady in red walking around. That's the lady in red. Lady in red. Guy in green. Well, there's a lot of guys in green here. I'm gonna guess this one. Did I get screwed? He only seemed mildly interesting. Or interested. I don't need to get the maximum thing every single time, right? Question. Please answer. I'm guessing this is the guy in green. Maybe I can... I'm not taking any chances. That's why I saved it after every thing I do. It's like a guy in green, guy in yellow, guy in orange, but the guy in green is not the guy in all green, it's the guy with the green shirt, and it's just not clear. Like, which one you say is the guy in green? Would it be the guy with the very, like, the green tank top, or the guy that's basically draped in green from head to toe? You know? Apparently that's not that guy in yellow either. I guess that's the guy in orange. And it's weird that they don't do like from left to right as well. It's, you know, I just like, come on. Do people not think about this kind of thing? Like being clear and conveying what you want to somebody? I feel like that's such an easy thing to understand and acknowledge. I don't know. Maybe I'm being unrealistic. Maybe it's just something that I specifically take notice of and most people don't, but yeah. No, there's not. This is the PR guide. The guide is telling me how to do the PR thing. So yeah, like everything is specifically laid out. I mean, there's only a limit to people because there's a finite number of people that you can actually do it with. Your job is basically making unreadable things readable for laymen. It sounds like a job that if I knew the topic I'd be very, very good at. That's essentially like how my brain works. Is taking undistinguishable information and translating it into an understandable, digestible manner for other people. The lady, I'm guessing this is the lady in purple. Run towards Moonflow. There's a finite number of people that you can talk to for the PR. So if you get something wrong, then it's possible that you don't get enough points for the whole PR thing. And that's why it's important that I probably reset. I need to have 400 PR by what, chapter 4 or something, or I just don't get 100%. There's only an X amount that you can get per chapter. Oh, do I walk to the Moonflow? I guess I can just take the thingy, right? No. That's... What did you just call me? Did you see what he called me? You son of a bitch! What the fuck? Obviously it's an Albed thing, I get it. Some of the words were translated and some were not. No, it's not a translation error. It was the Albed thing. The letter in P was a translated error, word, like a Albed primer thing, and the other three were not. So he didn't actually call me that thing. It was just hilariously like set up that way. There's no way they could have known that that would have been a thing. Because the way you get Albed primers is random, by the way. You don't get them in a set. Like, it's not Albed primer 1 is over here and Albed primer 2 is over there. It's you get an Albed primer and it's random.
Over already?
But yeah, if you were to read it exactly as it was written, But it's only because I had one Albat primer that specifically translated the first letter. Cool, I lost my trigger happy. That sucks that it doesn't pause it. Well, it's a word that starts with P and has 4 letters, and it's after you say no for a ride to the base. So I don't know what that could be, honestly. Like, only 4-letter words I know that start with a P are like push, pull. But it could be like a P or something like that. But they're 3 different letters. That also is a factor. Well, 3 different letters, so piss and pull cannot be that. Kid that looks like Shinra in yellow walking around. Oh, that's Shinra right there. Well, Shinra looking kid in yellow. And I'm gonna save it. This Shinra looking ass. The fact that Shinra doesn't even have a unique model in this game is hilarious, though. Kid in red beside stairs. Take a ride on the shoe puff to next area. Ride the shoe puff.
Ride the shoe puff. All aboard!
This is basically the Jar Jar Binks of this universe. I wonder if riding the shoe puff is part of the 100%, because it is like some dialogue and some movement, you know, scenes. Like you stand at the bottom of the screen. Alright, now we go to Guadalsalam. I don't really have a way of getting out of here, so I'm gonna have to hoof it. Oh look, they cut another half of this off. Saves the shoe puff, saves the world. Saves the shoe puff, saves the Warudo. Well, I do have increased preemptives now with initiative, so that's nice. Bow, bow, bow. By the way, I did accidentally read something. Well, I didn't want to say accidentally. I happened to chance upon something that said I needed to pay off Awaka's debt by chapter 3. So that's kind of good information to know. Yeah, they just kind of threw around random monsters in random areas and didn't really think too much about it. Alright, exit bottom right to the entrance to Guadalsalam. Oh. I gotta go back out here. Elderly lady at the entrance leading to Guadalajara. Walk down the area and you'll be able to see her. Yeah, the monster output and power is kind of arbitrary too, isn't it? Right? They're just kind of like, eh. Little girl sitting east of the safe sphere. I see a guy. Oh, her. She's not a girl, she's actually a woman, but whatever. Go into the inn and approach the innkeeper. Head to the upper level. Blue alien guy outside easternmost house. I think it's actually up here. They mean a high pillow, by the way. Alright, let's go out of Salam. Batshit salami is done. Yeah, essentially no name. Yeah. It's kind of wild, just throwing everything wherever. Alright, time for macadamia. Guano standing directly east of Shave Sphere. All right, that should be 270 PR points. And we didn't do any of the marriage stuff. So yeah. What's up, DJ? And that is all of what we will do for the PR this chapter. We're done with PR this chapter. All right, I gotta go use the restroom. I decided to leave you with this track while I go to the bathroom. So enjoy the funky airship theme, whatever. Be right back. Seven's like 8 hours ahead of me, 9 hours ahead of me. A poop is definitely not gonna change that. Alright, now we must go down to Xanarkand. What they did to Xanarkand is probably one of the biggest things that upsets me. They just you know what this game reminds me of? You know how it's like, you could have like this beautiful scenery and then like businesses come in and they just turn everything into a sideshow and a tourist trap, and they just create trash surrounding the beauty, you know what I mean? And like we're supposed to eat it up, right? This entire game is basically that. They had this beautiful world and they turn it all into like the most generic, lame tourist attraction ever. I think that's my problem, is everything just feels so cheapened and like, it just feels gross, I guess. Yeah. I think that's probably my biggest problem with it. Everything just feels like some cheap attraction or tourist trap. Find the treasure sphere, goes north and well, and you'll be impeded from a group.
This is where we sat that night, the 7 of us. I've never talked about it. I didn't want to share my memories. I wanted to keep that feeling, this place, within me forever. Now look at it.
Tourist attraction.
Whose idea was that?
Like I said, that's basically like the entirety of this game, is everything just feels like a cheap touristy knockoff of its predecessor. And everything feels like that, every area. Okay, I don't think we need to talk to any of these NPCs. Or... Okay, so we do have to go this way and talk to Isaru, even though the guide is specifically telling us not to do that.
Changed so much, I hardly
Fuck
recognize
me,
you.
dude.
Remember me?
Yeah, it says like, go north for a while and you'll be impeded from going into the area beyond by some girl. After meeting with her, go up to Slopen East and you'll have to choose. It says go east and then north for a while. What the? I'm very confused by this guide. It said I have to go north for a while. 2 steps is not a while. Going east 2 steps and another 3 steps north is not a while. It's like clearly in my view, a while suggests like beyond what I can see. What are you talking about? Oh my god, dude. Oh, a while. Get the fuck out of here. And the other guy just says, after going all the way through the ruins, through the dome and down the elevator, speak with Sid. And that's it. Like, that's basically the whole thing it tells me to do. It doesn't tell me anything else about, like, oh, make sure to talk to Isaru, make sure to choose the right option in the dialogue.
It's good to see you again, Isaru.
No, it's not.
I'm honored that you remember me.
Yeah, you tried to kill us, you
Why
little
are you here?
fucking piece of shit.
Ah, yes. I've been helping
This is
Sid
like
with
Legend of
the-
Heroes, where it's like people try to kill you, and then the next scene you're just like, hey buddy, how's it going? What's up,
I
friend?
guide
Let's
people
be
through
pals.
Xanarkand, once the most sacred of places. People come from all over Spira, sphere hunters too.
Oh.
Ah, what the heck is Pop thinking?
I can see this is upsetting you. But this is a place of great historical importance for all of Spira.
I know.
There's a difference between a museum and a tourist trap, though.
I never wanted anyone else to stand there.
Yuna?
Nothing. Forget it.
If you say so. Ah, I must be getting to work now. Please, take care, Yuna.
Everything's commercialized, drink big gulp, kind of like mentality across the entirety of Spira. It just feels so demented.
Taro, Hana, you ready? What was the clue again? Come on, it's key. All right, let's head out.
Kindergartens,
Yes,
head
sir.
out! I'm actually gonna get it. Well, no. These are really good, actually, but again, I'm trying to be more. I'm gonna conserve my currency. They trimmed down a lot of the areas. A lot of the areas are trimmed down.
Yes.
Even just like the road to Guadalajara is like half the screens. And half the roads. Let's see. Okay. It's a tourist attraction with monsters, I guess.
Time to clean up. Right behind you.
The prior screen to the campfire, yeah. You know, one of the things I really love about Final Fantasy X too, and I know I say some negative stuff often, but it's mostly just about the story and the presentation of it. But I've always praised the combat, but like the classes have like really tangible, interesting things. You get straight up status immunities on so much of the stuff. Dark and sleep proof? Like that's just crazy to just get automatically just for equipping the job. And I think like Trigger Happy is really solid. You get neat abilities on everything. Heck, if you go Black Mage, you can just get like Fyra and Fyraga like really early, you know? And that's kind of cool. I like that about the game doesn't hold back because there's better powers as you go through the game. But it makes you feel like you're getting something that's interesting to you. And you can of course change mid-battle, which is amazing of course as well. So yeah, I love everything about this game except for the way that the entire world feels and how it's presented to the player. That part I despise.
This is your lucky day. That wasn't much fun.
Lady Yuna! Do you remember me?
Your posse.
You remembered me. This is Hana, and this is Taro.
Good, we got him surrounded.
Nice to meet you, Lady Yuna.
What are you doing here? There are fiends around.
fiends? Ha! Uh-huh, that's right.
I mean,
We're
Passe was a
spear
guardian,
hunters.
so
The Kinderguardians! The Kinderguardians!
You here on some kind of treasure hunt?
So Key must be a clue to finding the treasure.
Uh-huh, that's right. Shh. We paid 15 whole gil for that. Come on, let's go. Kinderguardians, move out.
if I were a kid
See you, Lady Una.
and I wanted to be taken seriously about what I was
15 gil
doing,
for a clue?
I wouldn't call my group the Kinderguardians. It sounds like something adults name a group of kids, not something a kids name, because kids want to be they want to be seen as cool and like extreme and powerful and awesome, you know? Kinderguardians make you seem like a bunch of idiot kids run around your diapers, you know?
Come in, come in. Do you read me? Oh, hey, I wanted to double check that clue. It's Mon, right? Nah, it's just that I heard some kids saying it was Key.
Keemon, and then Riku's like,
Yeah, I
Monkey!
figured it was Mon. Over and out.
I love Riku's
Clues
face
are
here, because,
Key
yeah.
and Mon.
What? The Gullwings?
Keemon?
Monkey!
We won't let you off so easily this time.
It's the worst mouth movement for that ever. The worst. It's Keemon. Blank Keemon. Got it. Them all. Wait. Don't, you don't have to blank them all. No. Oh, that could be interpreted in a number of ways. Although for some people, I think they would. Just like to add in whatever verb they'd like.
Let's do it!
So it seems like all of the little dialogues here are unavoidable. The only thing we really have to do is just get to the inn and talk to Sid. Gotta cook 'em all!
Leave it to me. All right. All right.
Oh no, it's a group of gooners! Die, gooners!
Oh yeah.
What would be a group of gooners anyway? Like a gaggle of gooners? Probably. A gargle of gooners.
The clue is monkey, right? Just a coincidence?
Hold on. I don't have to mess with the monkeys. I know there's like a monkey love quest you gotta do later on, but I guess I'll just follow the guide. It says just go to the central elevator, so we go to the central elevator.
Welcome! Well, I'll be if it isn't you now!
Well, I'll be if it isn't you, Don!
Come to buy a clue from Uncle Sid, have you?
Fridina Dragek!
Huh?
Turning this place into a gift shop? Hello?
What, you got a bone to pick?
The only thing I pick is my nose. Wait, no, I mean, no, what, no, you bet I do.
So, what's eating you?
Well, I can't really say, but it's just not right.
Huh?
Oh, it's like us turning the ruins of home into a theme park.
Huh? I see your point. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that just moves the monkey so I can get into here.
Years ago, we cast off our beliefs here. Our false hope.
Why is there a hole here?
Who's there?
What a stupid mission.
Thank you, Playdads, for the 188 bits.
You have done well to make it this far, Sphere Hunters. But you will not have the treasure you seek so easily.
So easily.
So we fight.
If you want the treasure, you must speak the password.
Password?
The clues?
Oh, I know! The password is monkey!
Yes, good. Okay, so now tell me, what is the meaning of life?
Butts.
Sardines!
Sardines!
Isaru?
Thank you, playing Ask with 100 bids. The meaning of life is sardines!
That sort of does sound like Isaru.
Is that your final answer?
The jig is up! Show yourself, Isaru!
Fine.
What are you doing?
My job. I bring excitement to those who've come to see this sacred place. I too once traveled with the hope of seeing this place someday.
Which one is it, chat? Is the meaning of life butts or sardines?
I see.
I must apologize for the quiz. Here's something for your trouble.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for coming. And remember, the ruins of Xanarkand will be waiting.
All right. There's a poll. You have 1 minute to answer the poll in chat.
Ex-summoners come in all flavors.
Apparently so.
We done here?
The sphere oscillo finder picked up a signal. There should still be a sphere nearby.
Oh.
Right.
Okay, let's try this again.
The added dungeons in this game are basically they're just the exact same tile set. And they're just tacked onto the end of other areas randomly. Oh. All right.
Getting away.
I like how it's, just by a hair, butts win out over sardines. Interesting that there's such a division between butts and sardines.
Don't talk like that.
Thank you, Playing Isaac, with the 310 bits. Thank you.
I'm on a roll.
You know, I actually might want to go Black Mage soon. Not yet, but probably at the start of the next chapter before this chapter ends, because we'll have like... I want to be on these jobs for the bosses just because it'll be better, but that way I can farm up the job on easier enemies. I wonder if delay attack will work on a lot of bosses.
Aha! Found ya! Password?
How about kick its ass?
This thing can also be stun locked with 3 thieves if you do it right. Which is making me wonder why, or if delay attack will work. What's the point of delay attack if it takes so long to cast? That's completely worthless. Damn it, I didn't mean to delay attack again. I didn't see that that turn was coming up right there. Unless, of course, you can get them into a pattern of constantly being delayed before they get their action. Almost. Maybe if I had haste. Well, sorry, Draconite. You may not have been here yesterday, but I made a statement saying that I won't be doing anything like cat treats or Pokemon drawing during my X2 playthrough because it requires so much of my attention for all these different guides and things that I'm looking through that kind of thing can completely derail it and mess everything up. So I have made a decision to not do that during this playthrough.
It's only half a sphere.
Yeah, sorry.
that
There's just it's just way like my brain is already overloaded
Take it with us.
as it is with all the things that I have to keep track
I
of.
can't believe
So
how much this place
that's
has
just an added
changed.
level that's just gonna make everything really, really, really rough. Thank you, Playing As below 299 bits. But if there's a mod around that could refund that, that'd be nice.
What a stupid mission.
Thank you, Playing As for the 188 bids. But it's complete now, so it's okay.
God wings! The wing kudidok!
Wow, Ipakusa.
What's awesome?
We're getting reports of an awesome sphere. Looks like it's already drawn quite a crowd. The reports are from Killica Woods.
Awesome.
I want that sphere.
It's as good as ours. Let's scramble.
It's funny that we supposedly have this like state-of-the-art
We're listening.
sphere tracking equipment, but it's already drawn quite a crowd and we just got it. Also, the motorcycle handlebar thing on the airship is just such an unnecessary thing. Brother is the worst, yeah. Boom, we're on target. 23% is what we should have. It's actually 23.4%. So we are good to go unless we missed 0.4% and we don't know yet.
I wonder what this awesome sphere is like.
It's awesome.
Well, it's definitely awesome.
It will be, won't it?
Keep this up and someone will beat us to it.
Sorry. Sorry. Hey, wait up.
We're about to get some nudes. Nudes. Sorry. There's a pirate there.
These are all sphere hunters?
I don't think so.
Look over there. Who's that?
Maven of the Youth League, right?
Greetings, friends. An important sphere is hidden in Kilika Temple. A sphere documenting the true history of Spira. We
That's
are
an
here
awesome
today to demand that
sphere?
New Yevon make the contents of that sphere public. Yet, as always, the voice-seeking truth goes ignored. My friends, I ask you, why? Because New Yevon wants to hide the truth, just as the temples did before them. I tell you now, this has gone on long enough. My friends, stand with me, and together we will bring the truth back to the people. But let's not overdo it. Our opponents aren't as young as they used to be.
Old people suck. I mean, some old people really do
Not
suck,
exactly
actually.
what I had expected.
Hey, that's our sphere. Oh, Poopy. So what now? Call it quits?
Don't know about you, but I could use an awesome sphere.
Okay. They can't decide who it belongs to. I say we make it our own. Right?
Right.
Left! Oh, we weren't talking about directions? Twirling!
Hand over the sphere. The temples have controlled Spira's secrets long enough. Spheres? Secrets? What's this about? Don't play dumb. We know you're guarding something.
They're just casually pointing guns at people for no reason. It's like a war or
We're
something.
gonna guard our families from rebel like you. What'd you say? I think it's time you left.
Let me see abilities for Gunner. Kind of curious about all these, but I think I'm gonna go Black Mage to start leveling that up. Oh, well that's better anyway.